What's up, everybody? So today is Monday, August 8th. Another really slow, really choppy day in the market. Not very much fun to trade. There's not that many good setups going on, especially with stocks under $5 that I like trading. And so I've been forced to kind of check out the a little bit more expensive stocks. With that being said, I was watching FOSL and decided to get in. It had dipped down pretty hard, and I decided to get in to ride it on the bounce up and see if it would hopefully break over that half-dollar mark at $12.50. My entry was $12.24, and I did decide to set a stop loss. And I think I touched on it in a previous video, but if you don't know, UStock does have a stop loss option. It's called the Get Out feature. You can find it under Strategies and just click Auto Get Out. And the thing I really like about it is that not only do you set your price, in this case it was $12.20, but it tells you how much you're going to win or lose if you do get stopped out. In this case it was $7.40. I think that's a really cool feature to have, especially with new traders. A lot of times when you're trying to set a stop loss, you're rushing through it and you have to calculate your risk reward to make sure it's a good trade. And it can take a little bit of time to calculate all of that stuff out. UStock does it automatically and just lets you know how much you're going to win or lose if you do get stopped out, which is a really good feature, and it'll save new traders and veteran traders tons of time instead of having to calculate that in their head manually. And so anyways, you can see FOSL decided to pop up to the 1230s. And like I said, my ultimate goal was to ride this thing over the 1250 mark, over that half-dollar. I thought if it could break past that previous resistance at 1245, it would have a little bit of room to run. And yeah, the biggest thing is the market's just so slow and choppy in these summer months. All the professional traders are, on vacation, and they're just not trading. And so the volume's just not there. I think August and, specifically the summer months are really tough on new traders. I think the biggest problem new traders have is that they force trades over and over again. And in these summer months when there's not a lot of good A-plus setups, traders are kind of, they're desperate to trade. They want to get a trade going, and it's really tough for a new trader to just kind of wait through the day and watch. And so because of that, they start entering sketchier and sketchier positions, and they lose money, and then when they lose money, they try to win it back, and so they add share size, and it just turns into this really vicious cycle of over trading and trying to win back the money you lose. And one of the biggest things that I've changed since initially trading last year was that if there's no good setups, I'll just not trade that day. I'll just observe the market, and I won't enter anything. I definitely won't force anything. And so I think that's one of the reasons why I've been a little bit more successful this go around, compared to when I blew up my last account last year in 2016. But anyways, back to the stock. Yeah, so FOSL, it decided to push up to the 1240s. At that point, I decided to cancel my stop loss, and decided to set another stop loss for a 100% break-even trade. So I canceled that first one and set a new one for $12.30 for only a 60-cent gain. But it's still a gain nonetheless. I was still happy with it. And at this point, it's a stress-free trade. I think it's important for traders to be comfortable when they're in their position so they can think as clearly as possible. I think if you're really stressed out because you're taking too big of size and stuff like that, you're just not thinking clearly. So I think it's important to be 100% comfortable and, use a stop loss if you need to be, to have that comfort. Anyways, sad to say, FOSL did eventually wash out, and I did get stopped out for only a 60-cent gain, but it's okay because I didn't lose money, and so that's all that really mattered to me. Anyways, I noticed a lot of new people in our day trading chat room yesterday. If you don't know, the busiest time of that chat room is right at the open at 9:30, maybe a little bit before. That's when we're posting our watch list, and all the stocks we're watching and gappers and stuff like that. So be sure to come check it out if you have time. I'll post a link in every video's description. Anyways, guys, this was my trade for today. If you want to keep watching more videos like this, make sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you want to support the channel.